Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your Monday Night Raw results and your main event spoilers for this week. Also, NXT UK spoilers. But first, you got birthdays from November 17th. You have Maiko Satomura. She was born in 1979. Ryan Braddock, 1980. None for the 18th. And I'm doing this video on the 19th. I was waiting on news from the Dark Match main event. And would have been the 59th birthday of Miss Elizabeth today. WWE held two Dark main events from last Friday's episode of SmackDown 205 Live after they went off the air in Wells Fargo, Philadelphia. First Dark match saw Roman Reigns come out for a singles match and win over consummated King Corbin. Using a spear, several fans noted on Twitter that Reigns got pyro for the Dark match. Second Dark main event saw Universal Champion The Fiend retain his title over Daniel Bryan. A match that was also just confirmed for WWE Survivor Series pay-per-view on November 24th. The Fiend reportedly took a bunch of kicks from Bryan, including a series of the Sporgasm kicks, but no-sold them and put them away with a Mandible Claw, and then Sister Abigail for the win. WWE kept the red lighting over the ring for the entire match. And some photos and videos for 205 Live Dark main event. Thanks to Dave Muscarella at this link. There's something really funny about a Corbin versus Roman match with 205 Live banner on the ring still. Also, Roman got pyro for an untelevised Dark match. Hashtag WWE Philly. Hotline Bling now on Twitter. At this link here, Roman Reigns versus Corbin Dark match. Tracy Roar on Twitter at Samu Girl. Made my way to the front row for the Roman versus Corbin match. At that link. And also, again, Dave Muscarella on Twitter says, mood lighting. Of course, you got the red and you got the hashtag WWE Philly at this link. For more links, thanks to iHeart_Geeks. Dark match between The Fiend versus Daniel Bryan after SmackDown. And 205 Live went off the air. Hotline Bling now. Also, again, Daniel Bryan versus The Fiend Dark match at this link. And a couple more. Lena Scorpion 20. Dark match towards the end of the night where SmackDown on Fox went off the air with Daniel Bryan and The Fiend at this link. And your last, well, there are two more. Yes Kicks, this link. Thanks to Dave Muscarella. Patrick Mason on Twitter at PatMass98. Fiend versus Bray Wyatt. Bryan does kicks in the corner, then does the running kicks, then does the yes kicks. Fiend gets up, catches Bryan with a Mandible Claw, then hits the Sister Abigail and wins. Perfect match, exactly what it needed to be at this link. And also said, Dark matches Roman Reigns defeated King Corbin. The Fiend versus Daniel Bryan. Defeated Daniel Bryan. Hashtag SmackDown. WWE SmackDown episode saw Heavy Machinery win a squash match over enhancement talents Kevin Tibbs and Kip Stevens from last Friday. Remember, I told you if I can get the scoops of who these talents are, I will. Tibbs is a Northeast-based indie wrestler and the current VPW champion. He also appeared on SmackDown back in September and took a powerbomb from Eric Rowan onto Roman Reigns. Kip is also from the Northeast and goes by the name Francis Kip Stevens on the indies as Evil Kip or One Tough Nerd. He wrestles for VPW as well, which is Primetime Pro Wrestling as well, Creative Pro, and others. And the dark match before SmackDown saw Cesaro use a thumb to the eye and get the neutralizer for the pin to win over Apollo Crews. Raw superstar Sarah Logan took to Instagram on Monday to show off a new tattoo, this time on her back at this link. Lanna did botch her line during Raw this week with Bobby Lashley on Raw from Boston. For those who missed it, Lanna revealed that she had just filed for divorce from Rusev earlier in the day. On Monday, Lanna said she and Lashley just want Rusev out of their lives so they can move on. She also said that she now has a temporary restraining order out against the Bulgarian Brute. During her promo, Lanna originally said Rusev can't come within 90 miles of her. Lashley tried to correct her, and that's when she said she meant to say 90 days, which was another slip. Then she finally got it right and said 90 feet. She blamed the error on Lashley, making her nervous when he's around. And when Rusev landed in the United States of America on Monday from the WWE European Tour, he was offered and handed a temporary restraining order. Do you know what this means? This means that Rusev cannot come within 90 miles of myself. Lanna laughed as Lashley corrected her by whispering in her ear. She continued, I love when he corrects me. 90 days? I meant 90 feet. 90 feet? Rusev, you can't come 90 feet away from me. Lanna also laughed and continued, I just get so flustered when Lashley is around me. We want Rusev out of our lives forever because Bobby and I just want to be together forever. It was though the Wrestling Observer Radio that Lanna was supposed to say the original mention of 90 miles, and then Lashley was supposed to correct her. Then she would have said 90 feet right away. Somehow she slipped in the mention of 90 days, which she was not supposed to say. On a related note, it's interesting that WWE used their real names on the divorce papers as they put that on the screen. Real name of Lanna, Catherine Joey Perry. For those who know her career on NXT, it was CJ Perry. And Rusev's name, which I did not know myself, Miroslav Marnyasov. Nikki Cross has reportedly signed an extension to her WWE contract. Current one, according to Squared Circle Sirens. No word yet on the details of the extension. It's said to be for multiple years now. Cross previously had a 3-year contract, which was set to expire in just a few months. Well, just a few months? Well, at the end of the year, 2 months. And WWE officials went ahead and locked her in for a few more years. WWE SmackDown superstar Shorty G and his wife, Chrissy, have welcomed their 3rd child together. Don't know if it was born yesterday or today. I copied the news today. Charles James Betts was born Monday night. So there you go. Weighing in at 9 pounds. This is Gable's first son. His second daughter, named Meadow Ann Betts, was born January 24th, 2018. The first child together, on a daughter named Clay, was born sometime before that. Figure out 9 months. It's pretty dang quick. The main event for WWE Super Show in Mexico City has been changed. According to PO Insider, the main event is now Rey Mysterio challenging the Fiend Bray Wyatt for the Universal Championship. The match will take place in a steel cage. Again, Wyatt's original opponent was The Miz. And they've been changing it up. Even after Monday Night Raw, you will see who he faced then. Cain Velasquez will now team up with Humberto Carrillo to go against the OCs, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Mysterio was originally going to be Carrillo's partner. The Super Show will be held November 30th. Next week. That will be next Saturday. Lanna accused Royal Dutch Airlines of losing her luggage full of designer clothes on Monday. She tweeted at KLM, "You are the most idiotic airline the world has ever seen. You lost my bags with hundreds of thousands of designer clothes in there. You owe me a lot of money now. A lot. Impact and WoW star Tessa Blanchard did a Q&A on Twitter on Monday night. During the Q&A, Blanchard revealed that WWE star Sasha Banks is on the top of her list of people that she would like to wrestle. I'd like to wrestle Mercedes KV, Tessa answered, and that's Sasha Banks' name. When asked about her favorite match so far this year, she replied, anything at the Moose Nation. Tessa was asked the popular question, who was her favorite wrestler going up? She revealed it was Johnny Valentine, the father of Greg the Hammer Valentine. Johnny Valentine, I saw Greg Valentine today. It was cool, tweeted Blanchard. When asked which female wrestler shows that the most promise, she answered, all the potential to be a star and proving it daily. At Hogan Knows Best 3, namely Kira Hogan, who's on Impact Wrestling, and also WoW. Fire! Tessa Blanchard also wrestled for Lucha Libre AAA as well. Well, Kenny Omega announced on Twitter that he will help host Capcom Cup 2019. And you don't believe me? There's a link to prove it. I also posted the link yesterday on Facebook as well. Omega tweeted, my last tweet was unintentionally cryptic. What I meant to say was that I'll be live and in living color to help host a Capcom Cup in December. It's been too long since I've been to a tourney, so I'm looking forward to being back in the mix with everyone. The gaming event will be from December 13th through December 15th at the Novo in Los Angeles. And I think he might be challenging the winner. Don't know if he's actually in the tournament, but you can enter yourself by going to that link. WWE Hall of Famers Kevin Nash and Scott Hall were at the WWE Performance Center this past week. Nash posted a photo with NXT star Jordan O'Malley this link on Instagram and wrote, spent the past week at the Performance Center and things are looking up. Big Jordan got the outsider's crash course. He's incredibly agile and athletic and has me to block any thoughts of Oz too. Amazing talent at NXT and really enjoyed every aspect of the week. Big fan of the guy running it. Think they call him big fan of the guy who's running it. Think they call him Triple H. Reminds me of a WCW favorite, Cheryl Rising. And Omega has made his NXT debut back in July, and he is 7'3", bigger than Big Show, taller, bigger than Andre the Giant, 7'2". Indie wrestling star Joey Ryan is headed for a divorce, according to TMZ. Ryan, the women's wrestler Laura James, made headlines back in February 2016 after Ryan proposed during the Finest City Wrestling intergender match in San Diego, California. James said yes, right there in the middle of the ring. And I believe I posted a video of that on one of my results videos for that event as well. TMZ reports that the couple actually separated just 11 months after getting married in November 2017. They officially filed for divorce on Tuesday of this week. This morning. Real early because I put this on my thing last night. James noted in the divorce documents that they are calling it quits due to irreconcilable differences. Ronda Rousey posted this behind-the-scenes footage from the new Charlie's Angels remake that is currently in theaters. Rousey has a special cameo appearance in the movie as she teaches the Elena character how to fight. Over the last few weeks, Matt Hardy has posted the first episodes of Free to Delete on his YouTube channel, teasing the return of his broken Matt Hardy gimmick in the video. Here is your third episode. Hardy visited by his former allies, like the Skarsgård in Vanguard 1. Vanguard 1 is the throne. And he said, teleport me back to 2016 when I was the hottest act in the business. Hardy said to Vanguard 1, to no avail. Hardy's last WWE TV appearance was back in June at WWE Super Showdown. His WWE contract is expected to expire in March 2020. Back in September, Matt commented on how he'd like to finish up his WWE run with broken Matt Hardy gimmick, possibly even use different characters at one time. I would love to do something to transition to that on TV. Into another character, and then ultimately get back to doing Broken Matt Hardy. Hardy said, I would like to incorporate V1 at some point because I feel like people bereave the Matt facts and the entrance music. I do to a degree, so that's something in my game plan. But there's also new stuff. I have a couple of other new things in the back of my mind, too, that I would like to utilize. I would like to be this crazy, constant stream of changed character on TV. And almost like you said, when I use that word multifarious early on, like someone who has all of these identities in his body. Didn't R-Truth do this? Why do I? Within his mind, I would love to do something like that because I feel like as entertainment changes, and especially professional wrestling, you can't be the same thing for too long. People's attention spans are so short, there has to be a constant, gradual change going on at some point. And I'll post these two links, episode 1 and episode 2, if you missed them previously. Thanks to Day at D. Owen for UK TV taping spoilers from Bonus Arena in Hull, England. The spoilers are from Sunday. Wild Boar and Primate defeated Tyson T-Bone and Saxon Hutley in a dark match. Contract signing between WWE UK champion Walter and Joe Kofi. Walter says if Gallus defends the NXT UK titles against Imperium later in the night, and if Alja Dragunov faces Alexander Wolf in a no DQ match, the main event at TakeOver Blackpool 2 on January 12th will be Walter versus Joe Kofi. Kofi ends up getting powerbombed through the table by Imperium. And the results, Kaylee Ray defeated Isla Down. Kaylee Ray will defend her NXT UK Women's Championship against Toni Storm and Piper Niven at TakeOver Blackpool 2. Trent Seven was scheduled to face Michael May, but Eddie Dennis attacked May before the match got even started. Ridge Holland defeated Jack Stars. Gallus versus Imperium for the NXT UK titles into the no contest as the grizzled young vets come out to take the titles. Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews stopped them, and a brawl took place. NXT UK tag title, Gallus versus Imperium into the no contest. As the grizzled young vets ran out to steal the titles. A second report from that one. Webster and Andrews stopped them, and the brawl ensues. Hashtag NXT UK. NXT tag titles will be defended in a four-way ladder match to take over Blackpool 2. It will be Gallus versus Imperium versus grizzled young vets versus South Wales subculture. Amir Jordan and Kenny Williams defeated Sam Stoker and Lewis Howley. Trent Seven called out Eddie Dennis for his attack earlier on. Dennis hits Seven with a microphone and says, I'll see you at TakeOver. Jenny with Jazzy Gabbert defeated Emily. After the match, Gabbert attacked Emily and only stopped because Jenny ordered her to. Tyler Bate defeated Noam Dar. Jordan Nebula came to ringside to watch the match and then taunted Bate afterwards. Well, Noam Dar was formerly with 205 Live. I guess he's now with NXT UK. Dave Massive defeated Coda Reeves, who was also Coda Reeves, wrestled in regular NXT. Toni Storm cut a promo with Piper Niven about their upcoming takeover title match against Kaylee Ray. Storm asked Niven to step out of the match so she can go one-on-one with Ray. Piper says no, and the two ended up brawling. Ray put her in a really dark place, and that's why she took the time out. Tony says she owes at Piper Niven an apology. Hashtag NXT UK. Cassius Ohno defeated Ligero. Ashton Smith and Oliver Carter defeated Dorian Mack and Rick Moss, who was also from NXT regular. You got Aljo Dragunov defeating Alexander Wolf. No disqualification match. Former WCW World Heavyweight Champion David Arquette will be appearing on Backstage later on tonight on FS1 at 11 Eastern Time, 10 p.m. By then, I should have the Raw video uploaded. As heard in a tweet, it was announced that Arquette will be participating in a promo school segment. This week's WWE Raw from Boston saw Eric Rowan in a quick squash match over Enhancement Talent named Alex Malcolm. Malcolm was played by Northeast Indie wrestler, the Prince of Rome, D3. We noted back in the summer that D3 appeared on the July 22nd Raw reunion show for a squash loss to Braun Strowman. He was billed as Randy Rowe. In that match, D3 was trained by Tommy Dreamer and WWE Hall of Famer Appa. Regularly works for Appa's WXW promotion. Rowan, who carried his mystery pet cage to the ring for the second week in a row, destroyed Malcolm with ease after appearing in another earlier backstage segment that saw him talking to the pet in the carrier like a baby. For those who miss it, I just told you what happened. Oh, how you doing, bigaboo? Followers for the main event episode for this week. Cedric Alexander defeated Eric Young. Mojo Rawley defeated local enhancement talent. Did not get no name for that one. Live from the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts, Pyro goes off inside the arena. Big Joseph welcomes us to Raw. He's joined by Hall of Famer Jerry King Lawler. Still no sign of Dio Madden. Probably still selling his Brock Lesnar beatdown 2 weeks ago. We go to ring out first, goes Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch. As her pyro goes off, like Rome does ring introductions. Becky addresses SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley and NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler. In recent happenings, she doesn't want to wait until Survivor Series. She wants to fight tonight. Music interrupts her, and out comes the Iconics, Billy Kay and Peyton Royce. Iconics heard Becky talk about Survivor Series and couldn't stay quiet. Iconics enter the ring, and as they go on about being the future, Becky interrupts and says it's supposed to be she and Charlotte Flair tagging tonight, but a better future would be Becky versus Iconics right here. They agree, and we get ready to fight, but the music hits, and out comes Charlotte anyways. Flair says that's fine if Becky wants the Iconics all to herself. She also doesn't want to team with Becky, but the forces want them together. Flair goes on about how she's leading Team Raw in the 15-woman elimination match at Survivor Series. She enters the ring, and out comes Samoa Joe. As his music hits, Joe marches out as we go to commercial. Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch versus the Iconics. Back from the break, Billy Kay and Peyton Royce attack from behind as the bell hits. Samoa Joe's on commentary for the entire night. Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair fight the Iconics off. Billy comes back and drops Flair for a 2 count. More back and forth for about a minute and a half. Iconics keep control and double team Flair once again. Peyton works Flair around, and in comes Billy for a double team move in the corner. The Chaos leads to Flair, getting the figure 4 locked on, bridging into the figure 8, and on K for the win as Lynch tops Royce. After the match, Flair and Lynch hit up the ramp as NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler, Jackson Duke, and Marina Shafir hit the ring to attack the Iconics and clear them out. Flair and Lynch went back to the ring as a 2-on-3 brawl breaks out. Shayna takes out Lynch as the other two double team Flair in the corner. NXT Superstar eventually exits through the crowd, but Lynch and Flair chased after them to get more shots in. The fight's broken up once again. Lynch isn't satisfied. She drops her a security guard with a right hand. With a straight right. Right to the face. Fans chant for Becky as we go to commercial. Well, we'll do next week that she's going to get a fine for hitting a official. Well, nothing more than security guard, so not much of a, shouldn't be much of a fine there. Back from the break, we'll see what just happened. Charlie Caruso backstage with Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, to talk about tonight's Raw Tag Team title shot against Viking Raiders. But Arthur and Payne suddenly appear, and AOP gets in the face of Ryder and Hawkins. They unload on him and destroy him. AOP talks trash and walks away with Ryder and Hawkins down on the ground. They declared no compete in their match. Carl Anderson versus Humberto Carrillo is up next. As we go to the ring, out first comes the OC, all three guys. We see the tension between Ricochet and Randy Orton from the previous night, from Monday night. AJ takes the mic and says he wants to make a statement these idiots can't understand. AJ says he would love to defend the title against Humberto Carrillo. Gallo talks about how when you disrespect the one member of the OC, you disrespect them all. That is why Carl is going to beat the heck out of Humberto tonight. They go on about the OC being the best tag team in the world and having their trophy. We got a trophy to prove it. And the OC being the only club that matters. The music hits, out comes Carrillo. Carl strikes first with a boot to the gut. Carrillo comes back and flies, taking Anderson down. Gallows and AJ pull Anderson to safety as Carrillo was looking to hit a moonsault. Carrillo chooses to leap out, but music hits and out comes the Street Profits to even up the odds. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins walk down the ramp as Humberto runs the ropes and leaps out, taking all three members of the OC down on the outside. Humberto stands up with Ford and Dawkins on the ramp as we go back to commercial. Back from the ramp, back from the break. Anderson with another 2 count as he keeps Carrillo grounded. Anderson with another 2 count as the OC cheers him on. Carrillo finally mounts some offense as Ford and Dawkins cheer him on. Carrillo with a moonsault for a 2 count. Carrillo rocks Anderson with a slap and leaps with a big crossbody for a 2 count. Carrillo springboards, but Anderson catches him with a spine buster midair for a 2 count. More back and forth. Carrillo gets rocked a few times out of the corner. Carrillo fights and looks to go to the top, but there's chaos from both teams on the outside after the OC first tries to interfere. Leads to Ford and Dawkins helping Carrillo get the roll up on Anderson for the pin and the win. After the match, Street Profits and Carrillo head to the stage and celebrate as the music hits. Charlie backstage with Seth Rollins. Now, Rollins goes on about Andrade, giving him some praise at one point, and says he will prove one more time why it's Monday Night Rollins, as he burns it down later on. Caruso says, coming up, we have some big breaking news that you have to see. Back to commercial. No way, Jose versus Bobby Lashley. We go to the ring, out comes Bobby Lashley with Lana. No way, Jose waits in the ring. Lana takes the mic and says this is the happiest day of her life because she has filed for divorce from Rusev. She also says has some bad news. The Rusev Day chants get louder. Lana says we will no longer see her soon-to-be ex-husband as she has gotten a restraining order against him in the state of Massachusetts. Rusev can't come within a certain number of miles from her. Lana says they just want Rusev out of their lives so they can be together forever. Rusev Day chants began again. As the bell rings, Lashley goes right to work on Jose. Lashley takes the show early on, but Jose keeps fighting. Lashley easily slams Jose and then runs him over. Joe was still on commentary, like I said, the whole entire night. Lashley catches Jose with one arm and spikes him to the mat. Some fans boo Lashley as he poses. Lana looks on as Lashley locks in a full Nelson on Jose, bringing him down and getting the win as the referee calls for the match. He couldn't tap because in a full Nelson you're like this. You're unable to tap. After the match, Lashley stands tall with Lana to celebrate as they make out in the ring down to the mat, but They come back up and continue kissing. Lawler is disgusted. Still to come segment, Kevin Owens versus Drew McIntyre. We also Seth Rollins defends the Survivor Series spot against Andrade. Back to commercial. Yeah, I was expecting an appearance in that match. Well, let's see what happens. Back for the ring, out comes Seth Rollins in the ring. Rollins is putting his Survivor Series team captain spot for Raw up against Andrade. Music hits and out. Next comes Andrade with Zelina. Andrade will put his spot on Team Raw. Lose his spot on Team Raw if he loses. Andrade will win. Vega takes the mic before the match, talks Andrade up as the greatest in-ring technician and the one who will lead Team Raw to victory. Fans boo. Bell rings and lock up. Trading holds. Vega cheers Andrade on as we get another look at Joe at the announce table. Rollins and Andrade tangle to the mat. We get a stalemate as some fans cheer them on. Rollins and Andrade go to lock up again, but Andrade kicks him and takes control with ease. Vega yells at the referee. Unhappy, not getting a fast count. Rollins takes Andrade back down and comes up on his feet first as they stare each other down. Rollins takes control and brings Andrade down to the mat to ground him. Andrade fights out again, and they collide with big shoulders. Andrade shoves Rollins. They run the ropes again, and Rollins gets the upper hand with arm drag this time. Taking control for a pop. Vega looks on, and she's not happy. They start running the ropes again until Andrade nails a drop kick for a 2 count. Andrade with big chops in the corner now. Rollins avoids the drop kick and comes back with one of his own for a quick 1 count. Rollins and Andrade delivering big shots to each other. Rollins with a running forearm in the corner to rock Andrade. Andrade sends Rollins to the apron as he fights back. Vega provides a distraction, sending Rollins to the floor. Vega comes at Rollins off the apron and gets sent to the floor. The referee ejects Vega to the back as she screams in protest. Andrade springs more to the corner and leaps out. Taking Rollins back down on the ground, we go to commercial. Back for the break, Andrade works on the arm. Rollins powers up and hits a sling blade. Rollins comes off the second rope with a blockbuster for another pop. Rollins sends Andrade out and runs the ropes for a big suicide dive. Rollins goes back up and runs for another suicide dive. Rollins brings it back in and keeps control for another close 2 count. Rollins cranks up for the stomp now, but kicks him in the gut instead. Andrade blocks the stomp, but Rollins kicks him. A bucket bomb is blocked by Andrade. Andrade goes on with more offense in the corner, but Rollins kicks out just in time after the running double knees. Rollins fights off the hammerlock DDT. Who let the dogs in? More back and forth as they tangle. Rollins with the bucket bomb and a kick to the face for a 2 count. They get up and trade stiff shots in the middle of the ring. Rollins with a knee to the gut, kicks and chops. Andrade blocks the Falcon Arrow and more back and forth action. Andrade goes on and hits 3 straight suplexes. Eddie Guerrero style. Rollins still kicks out at 2, and Andrade can't believe it. Andrade climbs up, and they tangle in the corner. Andrade ends up going for the double stomp, but misses. Rollins also misses a stomp. Rollins nails a super kick and hits a Falcon Arrow in the middle of the ring for another close 2 count. But Rollins climbs up top, but the Lucha House Party from SmackDown comes out, running down the ramp to get involved. And they triple team Rollins for the disqualification finish. After the match, Andrade looks on, shocked as Kalisto lets Dorado and Grand Metallic destroy Rollins at ringside. They enter the ring, beat Andrade down now. Rollins makes a save for Andrade, fighting the 3 SmackDown superstars off. As the fans pop, Lucha House Party retreat to the ramp, showing us the blue brand t-shirts. As Rollins and Andrade trade looks, Andrade proposes another match. It looks like they both give each other verbal props, and Rollins says, "We'll do this again down the road." He copied Stone Cold on his game show, Broken Skull Challenge. Rollins makes his exit as the music hits. Vic Joseph says Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins were injured by AOP earlier, unable to participate in the title match against the Viking Raiders. We see Buddy Murphy walking backstage. He stops at the door. And it's none other than the injured superstar, Aleister Black's room. Nothing happens. Murphy walks off and just says, like he thought, all talk. Murphy leaves. Just as he goes out to the ring, Black comes out a few seconds later looking for who was knocking on the door. Nobody there. We see a black SUV pulling up in the back. We see Triple H stepping out and enters the arena. It was to go to commercial. He had a cell phone on with him in his hand. He was about to talk to somebody and decided not to. And he just ended that little segment. Head to the ring. Back for the break, let me see how CM Punk debuted on WWE Backstage last week. Akira Tozawa versus Buddy Murphy. Told you Buddy Murphy was headed to the ring. We go to the ring. Out comes Akira Tozawa first. Pre-recorded backstage promo with Tozawa warning Buddy Murphy and speaking some in Japanese. Music hits and out comes Murphy to the ring. Well, they must have did the pre-recorded segment for Buddy Murphy already headed from the area. A bell rings and they lock up going at it. Murphy focuses on the arm, taking Tozawa down. More back and forth on their feet. Tozawa with a big chop. Murphy takes moves, but just eats him. Tozawa dodges a high knee in the corner. More back and forth for Tozawa keep control, spiking Murphy down with a hurricanrana. Tozawa then sends Murphy out of the ring and runs the ropes. Tozawa leaps out, but Murphy grabs him in midair and drops him head first on the floor with a suplex. The referee starts to count. Murphy brings him back in the ring for a close 2 count. Murphy keeps control and applies an abdominal stretch, more back and forth. Tozawa ends up taking Murphy down with a huge super kick to the jaw. Murphy sends Tozawa to the mat, kicks him with another big shot. Tozawa stands up on top, hits a missile drop kick. Tozawa running kick to the face of the corner. Tozawa lands a kick and misses one. A second one, and they go back and forth again. Tozawa catches Murphy with a German suplex into a 2 count. Tozawa charges in with a shining razor for another 2 count. Tozawa goes back up top for the jumping same time, but Murphy avoids it. Tozawa rocks him up top. Tozawa leaps up with a big kick. Murphy sends Tozawa to the mat, but he runs back up. Murphy slides down, but this leads to Tozawa spiking Murphy face first with another hurricanrana. Tozawa sends Murphy out and brings him back in. Tozawa goes to the top, but takes his time. Murphy ends up laying over the middle rope, selling a move. Tozawa leaps from the top with a huge back splash onto Murphy, laid over the middle rope. Tozawa still gets up, gets just a 2 count, but Tozawa then unloads the strikes. Murphy rocks Tozawa and nails Murphy off for the pin and the win. After the match, Murphy stands tall over Tozawa to go to replays. We go backstage to Eric Rowan. We see him talking to what appears to be the living object that stays in his mysterious carrying case. Back to commercial. As it's covered up. Back to the break. Buddy Murphy is outside of Aleister's door again. Just as he's about to knock, Murphy calls for Black. Black comes out, and they just intentionally stare each other down. In the segment, Eric Rowan versus Alex Malcolm. We go to the ring. Out comes Eric. Announcement talent, Alex Malcolm, waits in the ring. Singh brothers, their 24/7 champion, Samir Singh and Sunil Singh suddenly appear ringside. Running down, R-Truth chases them down, but gets scared to run away to the back by himself. As Eric Rowan basically gets out of the ring, what happens? The bell rings, and Rowan goes to work on the enhancement talent. Launching him over the top onto the Singh brothers, Rowan goes on and takes them all 3 down once again. Rowan brings his victim back in the ring, hits an Iron Claw slam for the easy win. After the match, Rowan stands tall as his music hits. He goes to the steps and talks some to whatever is in his mysterious cover carrying cage. We go to replays. Rowan takes his mystery pet to the back. He had a chance to pin the Singh brothers, but didn't. Just walked off. After the match, still to come segment, Kevin Owens versus Drew McIntyre. Shorty's backstage with Randy Orton. Now, she asked about the Team Raw members getting along for just one night to win its Survivor Series. Owens says he only has a history of playing well with others only if it benefits him. He goes on and says he is the greatest Survivor Series superstar of all time. Owens says if the Viking Raiders want to fight tonight, then he will be waiting in the ring with a partner of his choosing, one that will benefit him. Kevin Owens versus Drew McIntyre was up next. I'm going to ring out first Kevin Owens, then Drew McIntyre. The bell rings and Drew takes control with a big shot. Owens comes right back with a side slam and a drop kick. Owens works over Drew in the corner and backs off after the referee warns him. Drew turns it around, does a neck breaker of his own for a 2 count. More back and forth. It's a fight to their feet. Drew rocks Owens and fights him into the corner. Drew charges shoulder first, but hits the ring post as Owens moves. Owens runs and hits a big corner cannonball to Owens. Owens keeps control for a few minutes. Drew fights back on the outside. Drew blocks a shot into the ring post as the referee counts. Owens drops Drew at the 6 count. Owens comes to the apron. Drew catches a kick. Drew grabs Owens' leg and launches him off the apron into the barrier. Owens lands hard against the barrier, and we go back to commercial. Back from commercial, and Drew has Owens down with a knee to the center of the back. Drew keeps control and keeps Owens grounded in the middle of the ring. They fight up and out. Owens knocks Drew to the floor a few times. Owens rocks Drew back to the floor and follows with a big cannonball from the apron. Owens gets popped from the crowd now. Owens brings him back into the ring. Plays to the crowd. Fans are rallying for Owens. They both collide with huge shots on the apron and stun each other. Drew waits on the apron, but Owens super kicks him. Drew drops Owens on the apron again. More back and forth. Owens goes back down on the floor, but makes it back in at the 8 count. Drew stays on top of him and hits a big sit-down powerbomb for a 2 count. Drew takes Owens back up top and chops him. Drew climbs up for a superplex and Owens blocks it. Owens fights back and headbutts Drew to the mat. Owens follows up with a big frog splash, but it's just a 2 count. Owens is frustrated some. Owens waits for Drew to get up. Drew blocks the stunner, and Owens super kicks him. Drew drops Owens with a clothesline. Owens catches Drew with a big pop-up powerbomb, and somehow Drew kicks out too. Owens can't believe it. This is awesome chant for the crowd starts up. Owens keeps control and goes back up top. Owens flies for a big senton, but Drew gets his knees up and blocks it. Owens lands hard. Drew fights but runs into a super kick. Drew blocks a kick and a stunner, coming right back with a Claymore kick out of nowhere, but Owens gets to his feet on the bottom rope to break the pin. Crowd pops big time. Drew can't believe it as he argues with the referee. Drew goes for the big DDT, but Owens blocks it for a 2 count of his own. They take on more, and Owens nails the stunner. They both are down. Owens takes too much time, crawling over, and Drew gets his boot on the bottom rope to break the pin. Drew catches a super kick and drops Owens with a future shot DDT. Owens kicks out at 2. Drew isn't happy. Fan chant does awesome again. They take on some more, and Owens hits a second big stunner. Music suddenly hits, and out comes Triple H in a suit. Of course. Triple H stands at the entrance and looks on at the ring as we go to commercial. Back from the break, Triple H is still in the ring with Owens. We see some NXT superstars at ringside now. Forgotten Sons, Dominic Dijakovic, and Damian Priest. Triple H calls for a water, and somebody hands it to him, to Owens. He says this was a hell of a match. He gets a pop from the Boston crowd. He goes on about wrestling history in Boston and says Owens and Rollins made magic in the ring. Triple H says Owens knows why he's here. Same general reason why he was here for Rollins before, but different. Triple H goes on about why he likes Rollins, but says Owens is different, a different breed. Triple H goes on about how Owens turned on his best friend to win the NXT title, then had the guts to walk into Raw and pick a fight with John Cena on Raw. And Cena left Raw in an ambulance that night. Triple H goes on praising Owens for how he helped legitimize NXT and put it on the map. He says Owens was then taken from NXT and probably didn't want to leave. He goes on about how people on the main roster indicated to Owens that they didn't want him here, and that they didn't believe he belongs there on the main roster. Triple H knows where Owens belongs. He goes on about how good Owens is in the ring and how ring smart he is. Triple H sees a guy who doesn't fit the dang mold, and Triple H loves it. Triple H points to the NXT big men at ringside and says they're here just so these two can have their conversation, not to attack Owens or anything like that. They came here just for Owens. But Owens' teammates are in the back, and none of them are coming out to help Owens from a potential attack, because they don't give a dang about Owens. Triple H says the guys in the back also know they will get their butts handed to them if they come out and prove that NXT is now the O show. Members of the Raw locker room come out, finally, and the brawl breaks out at ringside. Owens is suddenly attacked from behind in the ring by the Undisputed Era NXT champion Adam Cole and North American champion Roger Strong. NXT tag champions Kyle O'Reilly and Roger Strong as Triple H botches. The OC come out, all three members, hits the ring to make a save as the Undisputed Era retreats through the crowd. Triple H is now watching from the stage. OC yells from the ring as the Undisputed Era taunts him from the crowd. Other superstars fought to the back. We go to commercial. We go backstage to Shorty Caruso and Humberto Carrillo. She announces Humberto versus AJ Styles for next week's Raw Championship match. Humberto speaks some about the match and is ready to win the title. Shorty sends it to Paul Heyman, who has breaking news as well. Heyman talks about recent happenings between WWE Champion Brock Lesnar, Rey Mysterio, and Cain Velasquez regarding the recent attack from Rey to Lesnar. Heyman says the Beast will be 100% this Sunday and was not hurt. And just to show that, Rey versus Brock at Survivor Series will now be a no holds barred contest or match. Heyman says he will see either Rey pull off a miracle and avenge his family, or we will see Lesnar destroy Rey in such a brutal manner that the footage will have to be removed from the WWE archives. Heyman says it won't be a 5-second match. It will be a public torture session. It will be a massacre, and that's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. We go back to Charlie, who is with Rey now. Rey calls over Humberto Carrillo first and congratulates him on his success and how he's representing Hispanics and tells him to keep it going. They embrace and Humberto walks off. Rey talks trash about Brock and has the same pipe that he used for the past few weeks, saying he's bringing it to Chicago with him. Rey says this no-holds-barred stipulation is to his advantage, not Brock's. He goes on and says the old Rey would be demanding an apology. But he's not coming to Survivor Series for an apology. He's coming for the WWE title. Rey goes on and dedicates the match to his son. Asuka versus Natalya was up next. We go to the ring. Out first comes Women's Champion, Tag Team Champion, the Kabuki Warriors. Asuka with Kairi Sane. Back to commercial. Back to the ring. Out comes Natalya. Asuka waits in the corner, and Sane looks on. They tangle and trade holds early on. Natalya takes Asuka down with a stalemate, and they smile at each other. Asuka offers her a handshake, but she's just playing mind games. Natalya isn't having it, and she hits Asuka. They collide in the middle of the ring, and just fires Asuka up. Another collision, and Asuka talks trash. Natalya catches a hip attack. They tangle some more, and Asuka with big strikes, including a spinning back fist for a close 2 count. Asuka takes her time keeping Natalya down with a boot to the head. Asuka talks trash and keeps Natalya down by her arm. Asuka with an octopus stretch in the middle of the ring now as Natalya screams in pain. Asuka locks in some more and tries to get submission. Triangle choke. They tangle to the mat. Natalya rolls through for a dropkick. More back and forth. Natalya with a snap suplex. Natalya with strikes in the corner. Asuka charges in the corner, but Natalya moved. Natalya with more offense and counters and nails the German suplex for a 2 count. Natalya keeps the offense going and hits a big clothesline for a 2 count. And Sane looks on. Asuka fights out of a hold and back elbows Natalya. Sane ends up following at ringside and charging to drop her, but Natalya drops her first instead. Natalya fights off both opponents on the floor. Now as the referee counts, Natalya brings Asuka back in and Sane continues to distract her. Asuka levels Natalya with a huge kick to head for the pin and the win. After the match, Kabuki Warriors stand tall with their titles as the music plays. Natalya is still laid out. Still to come, Randy Orton and partner, mystery partner, versus Viking Raiders. Back to commercial. Matches up next. We go to the ring for tonight's non-title main event. Out first comes Randy Orton. His opponents are out next. Tag team champions Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar. Orton walks around the ring and waits for his partner. Music hits, and out comes Ricochet to team with the Viper. Ricochet and Eric start things off. Eric manages Ricochet off some. Eric tackles Ricochet and powers up, then down. Ricochet counters some moves and hits a drop kick. Eric goes to the floor. To regroup, Ricochet gets caught by Eric, but Orton makes a save from behind on the floor. Orton also takes out Ivar as he came over to get involved. Ricochet and Orton go at it with Eric. Eric levels Ricochet with a huge strike, but Orton slams Eric back first on the apron. The camera cuts backstage to Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode, King Corbin, and other SmackDown superstars attacking Raw superstars in the backstage area. Cedric Alexander flies into the fight, but Roode and Ziggler beat him down as we go commercial. After the break, Orton has Eric grounded in the middle of the ring. More back and forth as Eric gets an opening. Ricochet springboards in and misses Ivar as he charges in. More counters between the two. Ricochet gets it in, does an insecurity. Ivar ducks and springboards back with a big back elbow on Ricochet. Ivar rocks Orton off the apron, launches Ricochet to the floor. Ivar runs the ropes for a huge dive to Orton, and Ricochet is on the floor. Ivar brings Orton back in the ring, launches Ricochet at the barrier. Orton kicks Ivar, hits the second rope draping DDT to him. Fans pop as Orton stands tall, and then hits the mat. Getting ready for the Viper strike. The SmackDown music hits. Out comes Heavy Machinery, Cesaro, Lucha House Party, King Corbin, Bobby Roode, Dolph Ziggler, and others. Referee calls for the match. No contest. After the bell, SmackDown continues dominating the Red Brand superstars. Viking Raiders pull some SmackDown stars to the floor as the brawl continues. The only ones in the ring now are Orton, Ricochet, and the Viking Raiders. Blue team regroups at ringside. NXT superstars Tommaso Ciampa, Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, Pete Dunne, NXT Cruiserweight Champion Leo Rush, and several others run down to destroy the blue team at ringside. All while Orton, Ricochet, and Viking watch for the ring. Team NXT and Team Raw face off now. Several more NXT superstars come from the back that surround the ring now. Another dozen or so, including the Forgotten Sons and many others. Team NXT attacks, but Ricochet and Orton deliver an RKO and a recoil. Huge brawl breaks out now. Seth Rollins' music hits out. Now he runs, along with the OC, Humberto Carrillo, Street Profits, and others. A huge tri-brand brawl breaking out all over the arena. Triple H appears on the big screen from backstage. He says this is just the beginning, because in 6 days, we will finish this at Survivor Series and prove that NXT is the premier brand. Triple H says, until then, Wednesday night on NXT, the doors will be wide open, and he invites everyone to bring what they want and show which brand they're fighting for. Huge tri-brand brawl continues as Raw goes off the air. Dark main event after this week's Raw from TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts, saw the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, retain his Universal title in another steel cage match in this league. Wyatt won the steel cage match over Drew McIntyre to retain the belt, as they have in dark matches and TV matches for weeks. WWE used red lighting again in the arena while the match was happening. Wyatt was said to be over in an aggressive bout and got the pin after Sister Abigail and Man McClaw. R-Truth once again, WWE 24/7 champion. As WWE posted a video at this link from this week's Raw afterwards in Boston that showed R-Truth stood in as doctor to work on Samir Singh after the Singh brothers were chased through the TD Garden by the group of superstars earlier in the night and taken out by Eric Rowan during their segment in the ring. At ringside, with a squash pin over enhanced talent, Alex Malcolm. Truth took out Sunil Singh and pinned Samir to begin another reign with the title. Well, momentarily, Truth's 22nd run with the 24/7 title. Singh won the title back at Crown Jewel October Halloween by pinning Truth. Triple H revealed on Twitter that an office employee had won the 24/7 title. For the first time, he tweeted a photo with a man named Mike at this link and indicated that Mike won the title at WWE Town Hall event earlier in the day. Headquarters. We now know that the new 24/7 champion is WWE Senior Account Manager of Global Sales and Partnerships, Michael Yashian. His LinkedIn account notes that he has been with WWE for almost 7 years, since January 2013. He has worked his current role since October 2018, but started with the company as a digital project executive content manager, and has also worked as senior account coordinator of partnership marketing. And truth regained it later on at this link. And that concludes my video for this week's Raw and WWE main event. Thanks again. Peace out. See you one of you. If you don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters.